everybody has a different story with Tamar. My story is this. She was getting to the point where I was at her house one day. This is after Dancing with the Stars, all this other kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. She looked at me. She said, "Hey, I want to get a new manager." And I was sitting in her kitchen, and I was like, "Well, I don't know about that." And she said, "You know, Rushion McDonald. Rushion McDonald is Steve Harvey's ex-manager." Mm-hmm. So she said, "You know, Rushion, give me his number." I said, "Okay." Because I think she's a very talented girl. Mm-hmm. So I said, "Here, I'm going to give you his number." We were sitting in her, and she knows this story. Mm-hmm. We were sitting there, and she said, "Well, what about him?" And she pointed out, saying to Vince. Because Vince wasn't there. Vince was out the room. And I said, "That's your husband. I don't know. Talk to him or whatever. Tell him you want to code something." Mm-hmm. But I believed in her talent so much that if she asked me for something, we all sisters.
Right.
When she was sick, we all went to the hospital to see her.
We sure did.
Even when her sisters wasn't around, we were around for her. Mm-hmm. So when the incident happened when she got fired, I didn't know about it because I went on the Wendy Williams show that Friday. Why would I go on a Wendy Williams show if I knew one of my castmates was going to get fired that next Monday? I got a call on Saturday. They said that Tamar was being let go. Mm-hmm. I asked the question. We all got on a text, and we were like, what is going on?
It was us.
We was like, what?
We were calling her, calling
We called her. She's not picking up the phone, nothing, right?
Right.
Now, remember, the first person, she stopped communicating with us. Mm-hmm. The first person, she never said, she put out an Instagram that said she had been backstabbed. Mm-hmm. And the first person she unfollowed was me. Okay, so people assume that
you
I was the one.
Right.
And then I know Tamar because she's a good person. She probably saw all the heat that I was getting. Then she unfollowed Jeannie. Mm-hmm. Then after a couple of days, she unfollowed these two. These two were still trying to, get in contact with her because they went to Logan's birthday party. Am I? Yeah. They went to Logan's birthday party to talk to her. And you can Google all of this because they were like, "Oh, Tamara and Adrian has a play date while these two, because we were getting hammered."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
And I was in Singapore, and I actually was still talking to her and Vince at the time.
But she totally stopped. This is the thing. Then, when all of that happened, I get on a plane to go to Atlanta. Who's in front? This is how God worked. Who's in front of me first class? Her sister, Tawanda. Mm-hmm. Her sister, Tawanda, said, "Loni, I am so sorry this is happening to you. Mm-hmm. We know you didn't have nothing to do with it." She said, "But I'm going to tell you something. They just did an emergency filming of the Braxton Family Values, and you need to see the episode." I said, "What are you talking about?" She said, "You just need to see the episode." I was like, "What?" Well, I had a person that worked at WeTV. When you're a good person, people will come for you.
Absolutely.
The person that worked at WeTV contacted me and said, "Look, we saw the rough cut of the Braxton Family Values. You are being named, the girls are being named, and Vince is doing the naming." Wow. So I called my attorney. I didn't tell these girls this. This is the first time they're hearing this. I sat here and I called my attorney. I said, "You got to call WeTV and let them know that if they're naming us, we're going to have legal action."
Definitely.
Because we had nothing to do with this defamation of character.
100%.
So when you look at that WeTV, they turned around and they did an extra cut. Mm-hmm. But if you Google, you can see that there was a blogger that actually saw the rough cut, and it says Vince names us, saying that we jealous. He names me specifically. And you know why I say he does that? Because I gave her the number of Rushion McDonald.
Look how that story just
So you may not have gotten her fired.
I was wondering where it was
You may
going.
not have gotten her fired, but you definitely got to get a divorce.